Good evening. Welcome to Psychic Night and welcome to the Medium channel. And what did I want to say? I already forgot. Well, I'll give a minute or two for people to get their notification to get on. And what we're going to do for the next hour or so, just answer your psychic questions. And I'll explain a little bit more in a moment once people are on. So for now, hello, Michael. Hello, horses, Karma, and Kaya, and True Colors, and that's it. I didn't put a whole lot of notices out, so we may not get a ton of people, which is okay. We'll see how that works out. So anyhow, hopefully everybody's here. Hello, Glitter Beauties. First time catching you live. Well, this is a different kind of live. We're just going to do some psychic work. Either I'll get the messages directly from Spirit. I've got tarot cards. I've got a couple of other divination tools. And True Colors got a notification. Yes, and Yvonne is in. So the notification system is working. Hello, Lisa. That means people are finding us. So we will indeed have some questions to be answered. So I want to give it just another minute so that way I don't have to explain everything twice before we go into this. Amanda, you got your notification. Good for you. Glitters did also. Good. And Kristen, hello. Good evening to you as well. And very good. So I'm drinking a little bit of tea. I've been drinking a lot of lemon water. So if I have to break in the middle to pee, I apologize. That may happen. All right. I think we can get started, right? We've been on a couple of minutes. Like I said, I didn't send out a lot of notifications. And Justine saying, "Can I please have a message?" All right, we'll do our best for everybody that wants messages. Okay, so questions are coming in already. Doing well with all the meds. So prayers to Christopher's healing. All right, so basically what I'm going to do is I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. There's not a lot of people on tonight. I didn't, like I said, I didn't send out the notifications to the world. So whoever sees this. And all right. Okay, so we're getting some questions already. So the way we're going to do this is I'll like I said, I'll answer as many questions as I can. If anybody does I don't know if it's called a super chat or super sticker or whatever it is, and leaves, that would be a small donation also. I'll prioritize those, but I'll try to answer all questions, whether you do through super chat or not. And two reasons for that. One is that they're a lot easier for me to see the super chats because they come up on a separate field. And the second reason is that it's just fair to prioritize people that are donating to this event. So I think on that note, I want to start out with Michael. Just because I saw you, I saw a lot of you. Michael's been following, supporting this channel for 5.5 years now. So yes, and the question is, oh, by the way, you might notice that my brother is hanging out with us today. Today is his birthday, his second birthday since he passed, because he passed a year ago, February. And he was a great tarot reader when he was here. So maybe he'll help us with our question. So Michael's asking about specific advice that my late father, Thomas, had for me based on what I am experiencing and have yet to experience. Anything AI should be specific, or I think that's not AI, should be specifically aware. So let me try to tune it. Now, before I even answer the question, I'll take mediumship questions also. I may or may not pick up on the person you're asking. That's the way mediumship works. And if I don't and I'm getting information, chances are somebody else's loved one is interrupting. So I'm doing more of this as psychic readings. On March the 22nd, we're going to have mediumship night where I'm just going to get messages from the other side. That'll be our spring equinox or Ostara. event. I do that 8 times a year. I'm going to do psychic nights once a month. This is the monthly event. So tuning into Michael and his energies, and see if I can pick up on Thomas. I feel like what they're saying, you don't have to do a lot. Just be, just trust your intuition, just trust your heart. That you're doing the right thing. That you're a good person. And I don't know if you've been encountering a lot of negativity or people that have just been not nice, but I feel like they're saying, whether this is your dad or my guys or both of them, they're saying that you've been coming across a lot of bastards lately. That's just what popped up into my mind. So just don't let that get you down. For whatever reason, I'm getting the image of a Coca-Cola can, and then I'm crushing it, almost like kick the can. I don't know what that means, but for some reason I got an image of a Coca-Cola can also. And I could say on one hand to eat healthy, but let me just see. I'll pull a card or two also. And let me get back to the question. What I'm experiencing, have yet to experience. I wonder if just what you're experiencing is that you're just having to deal with a lot of bastard. I don't know, but that's what kind of came up in my mind. This card wants to come in. So this is the Nine of Swords. Maybe you're overthinking things a little bit right now, or getting anxiety or losing sleep over stuff. We're in a crazy world. I don't know if your dad served. All of a sudden, I'm seeing tanks and military symbols. But whatever the case, there may be somebody else that served if he didn't. But whatever the case, they're going to say, not to overthink things. Something about 1 to 2 years, a lot of things shift. I don't know who Laura is in your life, but that name popped up in my mind, or a similar L name, I want to say. And just be good to yourself. Take care of your heart, I want to say. That could be physically, or that could be emotionally, or combination thereof. And let me go back into the question for a minute. And things that you are yet to experience. Yeah, the time will come where you're going to have a lot more freedom. Now they bring the number 6. I don't know if it's like 6 years or maybe even 6 months, but I do feel like if you're able to get away and do some traveling, that would be good. Say hi to your wife. Okay. Hi to your wife also. And to kind of plan things out now, not in a way that you're too wrapped up in that energy of holding on to things, but just have a general plan. And a lot of what you're experiencing is due to your ascension and awakening. And maybe you're being more vocal about it, or you're talking to more people and being met with a lot of resistance. And understand that you see how things work. Like you see how the nuts and bolts of things work, whether it's in your job, in education, or whatever it is. And not everybody gets that, but you do. And to the best of your ability to work with those that are reachable and teachable, but not to necessarily bang your head against the wall for people that aren't going to get it. And that things should start to move a little bit more as time goes on. Let me just see if there's any thing else that we're saying. Okay, so nothing else. I just there's a lot more comments coming in. All right. So I'm missing a lot of comments. 5 years. All right, 5-6 years. We're pretty close then to that. That is good. And your dad was a Green Beret. Excellent. Yeah. Can you show me that kind of energy? So know that he's here. So he's just sending a lot of love. Said, I want you to know that I love you, that I'm with you. Your time goes by quickly, but make every moment count. And every time that you open your heart and you talk to somebody and help them out, it's like an upliftment, and that you've been doing more and more of that. And I don't know if your mom's still alive. Hopefully she is, but I feel like we're taking good care of her, I want to say also. And he showed me the image of lions. So there may be some importance around Leo season, but I think it's also about, you having a strong heart, a lot of strength of will and character, and that you are making a difference. So a lot of what you may be experiencing, especially if it's challenge or people that seem to be working against you, it's because you are putting your foot down, and you are expressing yourself, and that you are speaking up. And the other side of that is to maybe do some salt baths or some spiritual cleansing on top of that. So I know I've got a lot of people that are coming in. So I want to see if I can get to more. So thank you for the super stickers, by the way. Just to see if there's any other messages from Michael. And this is where it's going to get a little bit challenging, because having to do all right. So that was the latest message. Hey, Josh is in. Okay, I just want to see anything else from Michael before I move on. Sorry, 5 years, so that's good. Saying 6 years you'll be free. 5 years is pretty close. She is still alive. Thank you. That's kind of what I was looking for. I feel like your dad is around her a lot. That's Tom, right? And you're giving her a big hug also. And you know, this lifetime, it's an illusion. I mean, it's real when you're in it. You don't take anything with you to the other side other than love and experience. So keep doing what you're doing, and it's going to pay off in the end. So let me go into some of my starred comments here. All right. So Mom Gail from Blessed 1161. All right. So let me show this. All right. And I like the spelling of Gail also. It's funny. I think if I'm getting your mom, she's very straightforward. And she's kind of saying something about keeping your mouth shut, not in a negative way or anything like that, but listen. And for some reason, they popped the number 67 in my mind. Besides that being my age currently, I don't know if that has any meaning for you. But I feel like, I feel like I'm in the kitchen a lot, like I'm cooking a lot also. So I don't know if your mom was known for that. So this would be for Blessed 1611. So let me just clear my mind. I just feel like a lot of love, like that I'm with you. Also, I'm seeing like tokens, almost like the New York City subways back in the day, maybe back in 1967 is important. And there's something David Bowie song that pops in my mouth. Hang on to yourself. It's from Better Hang On to Yourself. I think it's just her way of saying that you need to, maybe, I shouldn't say need, but it would be good for you to ground and center, that maybe life is going fast. Things are picking up, quickly, a lot of back and forth stuff. I want to say all of a sudden there's something that comes up about a house, and I don't know if there's a choice about selling a house or buying property or something like that, but there may be some opportunity to do that as a smart financial move, I want to say. And so let me just see. I just need to write this down. And I want to just maybe go back into live, just see if any of that's actually making sense for you. All right. So for some reason, I'm not getting comments right now. Oh no, I think we're up to date. Okay, lots of live 67. All right. Anything else from Gail? Okay. I think that's it then. Yeah, I obviously have a lot of questions I want to get to. So, all right. Anything else? Let me just pull a card. This for Blessed, and then I'm gonna go into the next one. And see if my mediumship is in sync. Yeah. Yes, this is a card that I got for you. So I think it might be a message just to watch your back a little bit for people that are being manipulative. I want to say I feel like the mom figure is very protective, like very close. I want to say you pop a name like Susan in my mind, so I don't know if that connects with you at all. This would be for Blessed, but that popped up in my mind. That could be, if it's not you or your mom, say hello to her with me on the other side. I think you said her name's Gail, so it's definitely not her. And the expression "this too shall pass." So I feel like you just getting more organized, and I'm seeing horses, which is about freedom and empowerment and getting back into the flow of things. And things will be okay. And again, give me some energy around the house and show me the number sevens, and maybe some changes around the house around July, or that's the 7th month, I believe. And anyway, let me does it take the comment off? Yeah, very good. Uh, Oh, so here's the feedback. I am a bake and cook all the time. My mother was Staten Island in the 50s. It all makes sense. You're so welcome. So let me switch gears. Where did my friend Egypt go? Here we go. And then we're going to go to the next super chat. Oh, that's wonderful. Why am I seeing? It almost looks like a raccoon. I wonder if it's just like a big cat that she's trying to show me. I mean, maybe literally a Maine Coon, but let me just see what it says. I feel like around you, Egypt, that this is a very loving presence, I want to say. Helped you come into the world, I want to say. I think there's also a baking, cooking reference. I've seen an eye, and I think it's just her way of saying that you're opening your third eye more, to trust your intuition, to trust your insight, that she's been with you and she's been helping you. And something about traveling to Ireland, that just popped up in my mind. So there may be some opportunity for you to travel to Ireland, or there's some roots and some family roots or stuff like that, and something about making some plans. And I just got this funny image of and when I was younger, I kind of wish that I did this, but this would have been in the 70s for me. But people sometimes, they just take time off. They just backpack through Europe, and they go to different hostels or stay in different places. And then I'm seeing a rose and flowers. Roses are the ways of expressing their love. And I feel like I'm supposed to say that you do talk to her. You do get the messages yourself, to trust yourself and trust your intuition when it comes to your grandma and grandfather. I want to say also is, by the way, eating pancakes. So maybe that was a thing for him. And there may be a name like Frank or Francis connecting me to that. And lots of love to you, and lots of love from your mom. Yes. Not now. I might be lose when I get this notice on. I often lose the video, so if that happens, I'll have to switch it. All right. So I'm just seeing if Egypt was able to take any of that. All right, but while that's happening, let me go back to so Glitter Beauty, you're up. Hello, Glitter Beauty. I love the guidance from Spirit regarding my daughter, really struggling to find her way. Happy birthday, dear brother. Thank you so much, Glitter Beauties. I'm gonna go into cards right away. Unless I'm with the other person, there may be a name like Sean that's connected, or similar SH name. I mean, that's Gaelic for John also. And let me see what else. So this is guidance from Spirit regarding my daughter. I don't know if your daughter is a little bit tough or argumentative or anything like that, but when I'm asking, I just feel like a lot of resistance, I want to say. There may be some influence with the name like Stephen or Stephanie, I want to say also, connected to her or around her, I'm going to say as well. So what else about that? I feel like the name Glitter Beauties is very appropriate also, and I think it's appropriate for your daughter as well. They showed me a bridge, so I don't know if there's been some kind of a separation of sorts, or an energetic separation, kind of like rebuilding that bridge, I want to say, sort of the feeling that I get. They also popped a bob in my mind. So you may have one or more bobs connected to you. So the Three of Swords, that's often about when there's been some disappointment and heartache. But this is a card of healing, I want to say. And this is new beginning. So I think something's going to get cleared up by the end of the spring, I want to say, in the situation with the daughter. I feel like she's struggling. There may also be a name like Emily or Emma. Hopefully I'm not cross-referencing psychically and getting other questions. But I think this is for the same person, right, Spirit? Right, Tony? Or Anthony, Tony. That's my brother's name. And I'm feeling my heart chakra a lot. So, I think that she may be going through heartbreak or some heartache in her own life right now. I mean, unless she's a little child, but but it has that feeling of like maybe there's been some separation or something like that. And then they show the number 10 around that. So maybe something that evolved out of October, or something like that. Let me just write this down. Can I want to go back into the live and just see if any of this makes sense? Let's see. She's an Aries, and my gosh, so tough. All right. Energetic for sure. Every day she feels like she's getting further and further away from me. All right. So this is, at least somewhat making sense here. And she's 19, yeah, and she's in a long distance relationship. All right. The problem, I think. All right, that's probably why that came up. So to follow up on that, she's only 19. I feel like there's like a father energy that comes. I don't know if your dad passed. Maybe it's a grandfather, uncle. Like you're saying, she's only 18. This is somebody that would use colorful language. Because I feel like you're saying she's going to F up. So and that's okay. Be okay with that. Try to be strong and stable. Try to be steady. Not up and down yourself, but sticking to whatever it is that you need to tell her. Sticking. I don't know if it's sticking to your guns, if that's the right way of putting it, but just being consistent with your messages, like not one day, telling her one thing and then the next day saying, "Oh no, that's okay." Your opinion matters, and you're the mom too, and you have intuition. So I feel like what they're saying is that you have a good take on it, but she's going to make mistakes, and I agree. I don't think this relationship, I don't want to say it's not good for her, but I think it's taking her away from what's important right now, maybe family and her own goals and dreams. And you just have to just remind her, just keep encouraging her. Basically, I believe that that's the message that I wanted to get out for that. So anyhow, hopefully that makes sense. All right, so let me say no and flip flop all the time working on. All right, so you understand then. So that's awesome, and so that did pass and was very, very colorful. So that was your dad, yeah. So let me go on to, let me see. Beauties. Oh, thank you for the extra super sticker, blessed. I appreciate it. Amanda, hello. Let me get yours up. From Vicky, who passed November. Oh, thank you so much. Vicky feels like a strong spirit, I want to say. And the first thing that I'm getting is like, don't feel sorry for me just because I died. So I think that I don't know if she was tough by nature, but that's the energy that I get when she comes in. I want to say also. So you know what I feel. Why am I seeing this image of tying shoelaces? What the heck does that mean? Maybe it's something about basic skills. I don't know if you know who Doug is or a name like that, but that just popped up in my mind. That may be connected to Vicky, I want to say. But she's like your sister. She showed me the Statue of Liberty. That's either her way of saying that she's free, which would mean she had illness, or it could be emotional or physical illness before passing, or that you're in a process of freedom also. The number 5 around May 10th feels very, very significant. That may be a birthday or passing or something that matters. I'm also seeing like smoking, so maybe she was a smoker or you are, I want to say. And that I feel like she's saying that you get a little bit too wrapped up in your head now, and she reminds you to be back in the heart, because you're a very heart-centered person. And that's the way that you're going to connect with her and feel her. But I think she's a strong presence in your life. And now that she's not here, it may be like one of your rocks that seems to be missing. But I feel like she's like, yeah, you'll figure it out. You're a smart girl. And I think that you and her were like the bad girls together, I want to say also, because he kind of makes joke and makes light of that. And let me just see, was there a question? No, just any messages from your mom, Vicky? It's funny because I didn't see mom. I saw a friend. I saw my friend Vicky. I didn't see mom in my mind. That is really pretty incredible. So I was thinking she's one of your friends and a younger person. that spirit, that's from spirit. And the message is that is your mom is like your best friend. I think once you're old enough that she doesn't have to be mom, she's your friend and a rock. So hopefully that makes some sense. But she's around you a lot. And I have a feeling that you definitely feel her and feel her presence. And so you understand that oh no, she's my best friend. Yeah, and she is free. That's the Statue of Liberty. And Jill, so maybe your husband just popped in if that day makes sense to you. And yes, she did smoke. All right, and she's free. So definitely we got her. So let me do another stored one. Then I'm gonna do because I don't want this to just be about just the people that donate. I want to try to get as many people in as I can. So Amanda, let's see, let me write that down. You were. So I'm gonna kind of go back and forth, but I've got 9, and thank you for the donation, everybody. So schoolhouse in. Thank you so much. We have a message for. Thank you for that so much. A message for her. Yeah, the message for you is that you're a healer. I want to say. Um, and I don't know if you feel like you've been backed against a corner in some area in your life, but they show me that image. But just try to deal with things as they come up. But then I'm seeing a lot of trees also, so I think nature's your happy place. So I feel like the more you can be around the trees and talk to the trees, the more you feel better. And they show me the image of a lion. To me, lions is about courage and faith and overcoming things. So I think spirit's helping you to overcome things in your life. So thank you though for the donation. So let me go since I'll do one more super chat. Then I'm going to go and see what I'm drawn to. You asked about it, the 3 blue orbs that appear in my yard. My dog is barking at them. Wow, I love to see the orbs. Lisa Govan. What about the 3 orbs? I'm thinking of 3 little birds. That song by oh my God, I can't remember. Bob Marley. Don't worry about a thing. Right. So now they're showing me the number 4. This probably was a 4th orb that you didn't see or you didn't catch. One of those is a male figure, I want to say, that wasn't that old. And I don't know if you have like a brother figure or friend or somebody in the neighborhood that was younger that died quickly that comes around. This feels more family related, I want to say. But the first thing that came to my mind, that's usually the best because I haven't had a chance to think about it. That's pure intuition. The first thing that comes into my mind was extraterrestrials. I was seeing like a spacecraft, I want to say, and I think that you're tuning into some of the star beings that are working with you now. So I think you're tapping into that level of energy. They could be interdimensionals. Sometimes the star beings are from our future, from a different timeline or a different dimension. Sometimes they're from other planetary systems. I want to say like the binary star Sirius has like a planetary system, and I'm more like of the Arcturian energy. So but I think that's that. And I feel like the message is that you're ready for the next step, whatever that is. But I think it's a spiritual step. So it might be like a new like direction spiritually or advancing to another level. Like it could be like if you do Reiki, like the next level of attunement, or if you do like yoga, maybe teacher's training. But I feel like they're sort of guiding you to the next level. And it feels to me like you're an old soul. And these are guides that are helping you to go in the right direction, that you're going to do the most good, but also that you're going to receive the most abundance and blessings, because we need the abundance in order to keep going in this world. So anyway, that's the message. Let me see if any of that makes sense to Lisa before I go on. And she's saying she tested a C5, close encounter to the 5th time, and lights did show up. There you have it. So that makes sense to you. That's a way of calling in extraterrestrials, by the way, for people that don't know what CE5 is. You are most welcome. All right, so let me just see, where are we? All right, that's a lot of these are validations of readings that I've done already. Remember we with her we talked about a Maine Coon. There you have it. So spirit doesn't lie. I might not always get, I might not always interpret it, but spirit's 100% right. Supposed to be as I entered chat, I felt a wave of love. I just like to know if I'm doing okay. So Linda, what do we have to say about Linda? Let me pull a card. Oh, there's another military person here, probably from World War II. They always show me the Sherman tanks when there's World War II, and they're calling you lovely or my lovelies, I want to say. So what do we want to say for Linda? Yeah, there's a lot of love happening here always. That's our vibration. Um, I feel like it's interesting. I get the 10 of Cups reversed, so don't take it things too personally or seriously if it comes to like family, work, or stuff like that. Yeah, a lot of these are strong cards. They're in reverse. I think you're doing well because you're not allowing like people to run your show as much as you used to. I mean, it's inevitable that people are going to some degree influence our lives if we're in an interactive community life, like if we have a boss, for example, and we have a job or whatever. But I feel like you're doing well because you're really more establishing your individuality, stepping more into your power, I want to say, and condensing the field a little. We talk a lot about expansion and expanding your fields, but sometimes we need to condense, and when we do that, we get stronger in our own frame. So therefore, we're not as vulnerable to negative energies outside of us. And that's also a way that we can call in lost soul parts. Like when we have traumas, our soul essence gets scattered, and then the shamans do soul retrievals to reintegrate the soul. So I think that this is what spirit is showing it as your process of more integration now and being more like condensed in the heart field, so you can feel more powerful, more shielded in life. And then when you expand, it's going to be on a whole other level for you. So that's basically what I guess. Let me go back into my super chats here. So we did Lisa, right? Okay. Dana. So let's see, Dana. Let me write that down. Trying to be a little bit organized. Will my house sell in the next 14 days? I mean, I'm getting a no, but I'm going to pull some cards. I mean, but that doesn't mean it won't sell. 14 days is a short time. So let me just energetically resonate with your question for a second before I say any at the current price. Okay. I don't, I'll pull some cards. I mean, generally speaking, I don't like the idea of lowering the price significantly because then we put the message out to the universe that we're desperate, that we won't feel like we can get the value that we should get. So I feel like I mean, in today's market or whatever, if you want to lower it a little bit, I don't see a problem with that. You just putting out to the universe, I wanted to sell faster, but don't devalue it. That's what I think what I'm trying to say with that. I feel like they're saying it should sell. No, you're Dana. You're not Ellen. I don't know who Ellen is, or maybe Helen, but they pop that in my mind. So let me just pull a couple of cards. Is this house going to sell? I mean, I feel like it'll sell by June, but you're asking if it's going to sell in March. We're talking about 14 days. Obviously, if you're asking that, you have interest. Let me just see. No, they show me lightning. Lightning happens fast. Lightning can strike twice. So that would be a yes for selling it more quickly, I want to say. Then they show the number 5. I mean, maybe 5 weeks. Ace of Cups. This is a lot of yes energy. I have to say that's why I like cards. Because the Ace of Cups, that's a new beginning. That's what you want. Cups is happiness. Wheel of Fortune, that's the wheel turning. Again, not necessarily to necessarily lower the price, then this card is good when it's reversed because it's showing you getting out of like limitation, right? Because if it's forward, it's like a woman who's blindfolded and she can't see. So when it's reversed, it's actually coming out of that. I would say it may take a little bit longer, but I think you're on the right track. I think it will sell and sooner than later. Sometimes the Ace of Cups represents the summer season, but I still feel spring. So let me go back to live. See if that kind of makes any sense. Um, Hoping to move in the future. All right. So hopefully that made sense, Dana. Let me just go randomly. It's like the first one that I see here. Hit the like button. Well, that's the first one I see, but that's not a question. Okay. First one that I see. She is free. She is free. Yes, he passed May 10th. He was a smoker. Is that your dad, Jill? We'll go with Jill because I think whoever that was trying to come through the show me May the 10th earlier. Cancer free. I don't know what that means, but maybe somebody in your world had cancer, but they're free of it now. Or the person coming through had cancer. That's way of saying that he's free. And I feel like today that I'm with you in love and to keep writing. I don't know if you like to write or if you are a writer, but keep writing. I'm supposed to say, aligns with your family name. That's really interesting. Okay. And to say, show me the lines again. That's really interesting. Okay. Melissa, yes, messages for you. Yes. Where is Paul? I know Melissa. I didn't just pick that up out of thin air. I know Melissa. So where's Paul now? I feel like he's like, I'm at the bank. I'm banking. So I think this is about like you making some good financial moves right now. We're looking into the finances and what you can do in order to get what you want in terms of a new home or new direction or new place to go. So anyhow, he's born on the 4th. Okay. May the 4th be with him. He died of a heart attack. So I don't know if you know who's cancer free, but he popped that in my mind. I think that was your message. Oh, wait. Does she smoke? Does she smoke? Oh, it's your mom, not your dad. Oh, he. Okay, he, or whoever he was. Okay. Called a braided message. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes Starman. Yeah, I was doing another song from the same album, Starman. Oh, good for you with the Arcturians. Yes. Thank you, Len. Okay. Okay. So let me just say for Miley, I want to do Aurora first and Miley next. Before the end of the summer, I feel like they're mulling it. It's almost like they're like this image of shuffling cards. Like I think what they're trying to tell me is that there's a lot of changes around your work that's going to open up more possibility for promotion. I'm going to say yes because I feel like you're in line for that. I don't know why it looks like the Washington Monument they're showing me. I don't know how that might be symbolic of you getting a promotion. There's that Ace of Cups again. That would be a yes answer. Oh, same cards I'm pulling. Let me see if I can pull a different card this time. All right. I think it's not written in stone yet. I think there's more work to do. But like I said, I think that things are being shuffled around a little bit, and they're looking at moving and placing people and stuff like that. So ultimately, will Aurora's alchemy new job? All right. It's close, but it's not landing. So what does that mean? maybe just be grateful, for a little basic law of attraction, feeling your heart open. Oh, wait a second. Okay. Something just came through. In all levels, do you totally want a promotion or do you want to move into something else? I think that you have to gain more clarity of absolutely what you want, which would make your life better, make you feel like you're doing or moving closer to whatever your purpose is in life through your work and employment now, in order to feel that. So if you're kind of going back and forth, like if I get a promotion, is it going to sacrifice my freedom, or is this where I really want to be? I think the idea is to really understand, or really to just check in with yourself, knowing the pros and the cons. This is really, really what you want. And if you can be 100% in, I think the wheels are going to turn. And I think by the end of June, or certainly into July, it's going to happen for you. And for Miley, let me see. All right, let me see. Is Miley's grandma? I feel like I'm seeing a male figure fishing. That just popped up in my mind. Who's a little bit shorter in stature and had issues with his chest. I want to say maybe that's your grandfather. But now I'm feeling a grandmother energy. There may be a name like Margie, or an MAR name connecting me. I want to say. Let me just see where we are. Feel like there's a dog. I'm getting the image of a pond with ducks in it also. And what messages my grandma have for Miley? Something to the effect that you're doing a good job. Again, don't overthink things so much. There's something about like the heartland of the U.S. where corn or wheat's grown, I want to say. I don't know what that means, if there's like if you live west, or if there's some travel there. What messages do we have? I love you. I'm seeing butterflies. So that could be a way that your grandmother manifests when you think about her and see the butterflies. I feel like she tries to show up. I want to say she showed me something with X-rays or getting some medical stuff done, but I think it's just routine or exploratory. At this point, I want to say. And then I'm seeing an image of the Two of Cups, which could be about an important meeting, or it could be romantic or important friendship. That either that happened recently, or it's coming up, or that she's keeping an eye out for you so you can connect with the right people to move into the right next direction in your life, basically. So anyways, hopefully that's accurate and helps. See, I don't have the benefit of the of asking questions to see if you understand what I'm saying. So I just kind of go with it. I'm going to get back to super chats in a second. But for Beverly, see, getting a job soon. I feel like you already have a new job, so that's a good sign. Let's say about Beverly, right around the corner, I want to say. Show me the 10 of Wands. That probably means a job that carries a lot of responsibility with it, that you're willing to do and you're up for, I want to say. If you give it timeline, maybe mid-May, because that was what popped up. So that's 2 months away. I mean, the timelines can be a little bit off, and something about the 25th and the number 25. So maybe something even happens on March 25th, which would be more current, or the 25th of any month. Beverly, so about her new job, I actually clear my mind. Spirit guide. I'm seeing, I don't know if you teach. I mean, I'm seeing classrooms. If not, it may be a metaphor for training. Two of one. Yeah, that would be a yes. That would be a yes. So I think it's, and probably in about 2 months or so, maybe soon, maybe even 2 weeks. If we're talking about the 25th, that's 2 weeks. Where the 11th, that's exactly 2 weeks. So that's what I feel like I'm in that realm, anyways. So let's see if that makes sense to you. Oh, you're waiting to hear back. Okay, very good. All right, so let's go back into the starred comments for a second. Miley. All right, and I didn't see this one, so we'll do another quick one for Miley, because this was the super chat. All right, so where did you see my son attending medical school? Penn State University. Let me see. Penn State feels warmer to me. Let me pull a card on that. Penn State feels warmer to me. Reversed. Reversed. Okay. Maybe he's trying to push himself too hard or trying too hard. But then there's a good outcome with that. First, second, third. It might be like the third choice that comes up. But perhaps one or two of those choices he had already, and it didn't happen. Where's Penn State's more in the middle of Pennsylvania, right? I feel like I'm being pulled more toward Western PA or Ohio for some reason. I don't know, but that area popped up in my mind. I think Penn State's more central state, if I'm not mistaken. That's alive. All right. You're welcome. That's a great question. April, all right. Ooh, YouTube channel. Well, of course it will. By the end of the year, real life mystic. I like that. Slow and steady wins the race on YouTube. Trust me. Took me a couple of years to kind of get the stars out of my eyes and not go for the mega viral videos and just build my channel right, from the ground up. And we're having some good success doing it that way. Just be patient. I don't know why, but for some reason, movies comes up in my mind. I don't think your channel's about movies, but for some reason that comes up in my mind. Maybe you might do well by doing more like podcasting or stuff like that, or having like longer videos that have stories or stuff like that. I don't know, but that just kind of came up in my mind. So anyway, let me. I'm going to try because I know I have limited energy, much less time. Thank you, Glitter Beauties again. Thank you, Amanda again. Thank you, April Mullins, and you're saying hopefully you didn't have to do the super chat twice. But I feel like I'm communicating with my guides, but sometimes I think it's my imagination. Can you tell me how I might be able to tell the difference? All right, that's a great question. Firstly, it can be both. Like, in other words, it can be your guide and your imagination also. And if you think about that, imagination comes from the word image or imaging. So when we receive from spirit, we receive from the part of the brain that images, part of the brain that's our imagination. So the distinction is, if you're in your personal thinking mind, then your imagination is just that. It's you may be drawn from your subconscious, you may be wishing, you may be daydreaming or whatever. But if you can get present out of your thinking mind and into your heart and expand it into spirit, then anything that comes through your imagination is from spirit. But sometimes it feels a lot like you're making it up because it's the same part of the mind. I feel like what spirit is saying is you're really starting to draw the distinction, is starting to really tip the scales of understanding the difference. I don't know if you have a Jason connected to you, but the name Jason just popped up in my mind. If not, whoever has Jason, let me know. So that's that. And of course, meditation. If you do the heart brain coherence, as we recommend virtually every video, when the heart and the brain blend, then you blend with spirit, and then you're more connected to your guide. So keep doing it, keep doing the meditation, keep doing the practice, I want to say, and keep trusting in yourself. And I feel like you've been making the breakthrough anyway. So hopefully that makes some sense. Let me see if you have any new comments. Thank you so much. All right. So hopefully, I did that right. That was the question for your son. So let me make sure that you got that. Let me see. Do I have any more start, or did we do all of those? Wow. Did I miss any? So let me just take some more questions from the main chat. I think we got all the starred questions done. And as this grows, which it might, you're welcome, April. I have another super chat. Okay. That's just a thank you super chat. Thank you so much. Can you see me? No, I can't. I can see your comment. But I can't see you. So I might be able to see your energies. But let me. Oh, I see you. Can I see your comment? Yeah. I was actually going to get to you next with my I feel like they're saying there's 2 more steps that need to happen before you get that success. I don't know the business, so I can't know what the steps are, I want to say. But they show me schools. So I think what they're saying is you may want to just gain a little bit more expertise into what your online business is, whether that's taking a course or sitting in on seminars or studying or whatever. But I do feel like it'll be successful. And with things like that, we create our success, at least to some degree. And the idea is just know all your heart that you're going to be successful and then take the right steps to get there. I feel like you're almost there. I don't know if you've already launched, but I feel like you're almost there. And I'll pull a card also, but I do feel success around that. And when did it get some of the So the names didn't hit, but everything else did. Okay. That happens sometimes. And I'm glad. So yeah. All right. I think I got to that question. Unless there was another question that your son had that I missed, other than Penn State, that question. So let me know if there's another one that I missed. All right. So this would be. I'm sorry. Now I'm starting to get a little confused. Yeah, I think this was misheard, right, about the online business. Yeah, the two pen. Just don't try to do too much. Have your niche, and maybe try to consolidate a little bit, because the two pentacles juggles things, and if it's reversed, it can get a little bit hairy. So I think just try to fine tune things. Maybe there's two different sides to it, and that's fine. But maybe just get a little bit more a little bit more cohesive with it. So I need to take a breath. It's a Penn State question. So you didn't hear that for some reason. Yeah, could I answer that a little while ago? Maybe you're asking because I didn't get the right answer. Yeah, because what they were showing me was like the third choice, because the number 3 came up. They're showing me I like I like the energy of Penn State. I feel like that they have, obviously they have a football team. I don't think your son's a football player, but they just popped the image of a football in. Let me go revisit the Penn State question. Or yeah, that's a good card. I think that's yes. The only thing that confused me, I felt like I was going into Ohio. That's the Buckeyes, right? But asking now, I'm pulling this card. That would be a yes. And I know Penn State's more central than Western PA. So if there's a choice out there to maybe look at it also, but I think it's close. I think he's really close. Yeah. Um, yeah. This feels like a yes for that to me. Okay. Uh, Let me get back to April in a second. But I want to see. I want to go back and just. I want to answer other questions too. Or okay, you're welcome about that. And Mary work in April, so give this another go. maybe end of April. Yeah, I think big changes are afoot. Yeah, I could see there being a job that's more tight, if that makes sense, or more more organized, where you actually get to be. Yeah, and I know, Mary, we've done readings before. You actually get to be your title, not the grunt. That gets to input the ideas and work that way. So yeah, I think it's coming. Timelines vary, but I think it's coming. Um, so anyhow, so quickly, let's see who's coming through. So I think there's a connection to Tom Tony, a T name, I want to say. So let me focus. This is MT Trish. Um, in the song Satellite. I don't know what that means. Two different. I know Dave Matthews did it, but somebody else did that song also. Is it David Bowie maybe or um and something about finishing what you started. So I think that's a message, something to finish what you started. And I feel like they're showing different styles of eating. So there may be, oh yeah, my ears are buzzing. I think there's a father energy here, bold on the top, I want to say. And nice energy. Can be a little, I don't think he was, I feel like he could be a little bit surly, but generally nice, I want to say. And then I'm seeing exercising and gears a little bit out of whack. So I feel like that your spirits are maybe trying to help you to get healthier, to maybe get better sleep. I want to say the number 44 comes up, which is a sacred number. So and I was gonna say I think you have a lot of dogs also, basically. So Michi, husband's health. Feel like he's got to go through a few things, like a few different tests, but and I've seen, I don't know if it's heart or chest related, like lung or health or just general. I want to say, um, but the energy I feel is positive. In other words, I think, and I don't know if he's John, but I think there's a John or a common Jo name connection. Just for Michi's health. That's a good card. That's a card of good health. I think as long as he stays on top of it, everything should be okay there. Um, so that would be a positive. Um, oh, Yvonne, thank you so much. Love you. What's your question? Wow. I'm immediately go to father. I wonder if I'd pick up on your dad. In the spirit world, somebody that had a lot of chest issues. All of a sudden, I'm feeling a lot of tightness in my chest. I want to say, but I feel like there's a lot of it's. I think it's different things because I feel like there's a lot of like extraterrestrial energy that's been flying around. I feel like somebody related to your husband is here that's connected to either an aunt or mother figure that's still living. I want to say that's a male figure that's going to help her to go home when it's time. Not now, but when it's time. I want to say, and that's something about you're cooking up something special. And I don't know what that means, but it may be like something with work or business or some new ideas that can pan out, so you can start to attract finances in a different way than what you're used to doing it. But I think a lot of that has to do with your husband, with your dad's energy, with the TV on and off, especially if he liked TV. Usually the ones that turn the TV on and off are the ones that watch TV a lot, just to give you a little hint of how the spirits sometimes work and come through, I want to say. It's funny thing, he showed me this no smoking symbol in my mind. So this might be about like him quitting smoking, or somebody in the living quitting or something like that. I want to say also. And I feel like they're saying that you can talk to them, but I feel like you also have a lot of fairy energy with you too, because I'm seeing gnomes in my mind. Um, so I think that the fairies mess with you a little bit also, to be honest. And what is Star saying? Anything positive coming to my life? Star Kid, yeah. What do we have to say quickly for Star Kid? Uh, do you understand that? Okay, yes, all. So you're most welcome. Um, so what's coming into Star Kid's life? Yeah, I mean, just that spirit. Somebody new. I don't know if it's like a male figure. I don't know if this would be romantic or a friendship, but it just got this image of a male figure dropping out of the sky. I want to say. Um, I think that would be good. I feel like Spirit saying that you could use a good friend or somebody that you can talk to, because maybe you feel like you have kind of transcended humanity to some degree, that it's hard to relate to people because they're caught up in the programming or whatever it is. And just to be yourself, I feel like they're saying. And I feel like they're saying, good things happening, maybe more towards the summer into the autumn. That something about still paying your dues, or still clearing some old karma, but just keep doing the work, and good things are happening. This is very nostalgic. This can relate to friendships. This can relate to spending more time around children or younger people. But this is really a card of happiness and benevolence. So yeah, I think that you're getting a lot of stuff out of the way. I think the idea is you're sticking up for yourself, knowing that you matter. You're saying no when it's appropriate, holding good boundaries, and doing more of what you want, without shirking responsibility or whatever. Everything has to be in balance. But then they're showing me like family and harmony. So I think you're going to meet somebody important that's going to be, at the very least, a good friend and good guidance for you. I want to say, you're getting a lot of orbs. That is so cool. We like the orbs, yeah. Anything on EBS, Nasara. Um, Yeah, a lot of these things, I think they're based on some fact, but I take a lot of this with a grain of salt, just because I know how things work and how easy it is to get distracted or to misinterpret things. But yeah, I think with the EBS, I have to do some more research, and I'm gathering that's like a upgrade or change of the emergency broadcast system. So I have to look into more of what that really means. But I think it's going to take time. But yeah, I do indeed believe that we're heading more into a Gasara kind of a financial system, but it's still years in the making. Sometimes people don't realize I'm old. I was alive when Jerry Brown, who had the idea of a 13 or 15% sales tax and eliminating the income tax. So I know that's just a small part of it, but he was on board with that line of thinking, that quantum financial system energy 50 years ago. Yeah. So in any event, it's happening. It's just taking its time. Yeah. So let me go. I want to just. Somebody, let's see. Hi. What else? Betsy, you asked a question and I can't find it. I wanted to get to that on new jobs. I don't know if your question was about a new job. I wanted to get to that. Yeah. I can't find it, unfortunately. All right. I think it's way before, right? All right. I have to do it this way. What comes kind of a thing. Hmm. Let me just go to a few. Hello, the botanist. So all the people, house sales. All right. Let's be successful. Arthur, like it's in Arthur Finley. That's where a lot of mediums go to train in Stansted, England. Um, I feel like Arthur, firstly, is a comedian. I think this is a funny spirit, I want to say. So I think he's in the house and kind of wreaking havoc in the house in a nice way. But I feel like he's just saying, you use your intuition, trust your heart, because you get strong feelings about things. I think you get the psychic smells when he's around also. Like that reminds me of my dad, but then if you think about it, it kind of goes away. Or your husband, I'm sorry, not your dad. But I feel like he's around a lot and wants to let you know. And I think there's also a John connection or a J.O. connection. I know he's Arthur. That might be who he's with or the living. I feel like I want to say hi to a son figure. So I don't know if you have any kids, but hi to a son figure or children in general. And I don't know if you like to garden, but all of a sudden I feel like I'm outside in the garden. I mean, obviously it's too soon to plant, but maybe it's time to start thinking about that. I want to say so. Anyway, yeah, I think that he's here. And what else? I didn't know. Have I missed any starred comments? I think we got those questions. I think we got star. Yeah, I think we got that. Be doing in the future. I don't think we answered your job question, Ava, right? We answered another question, did we? Yeah. Now, I don't know if you actually do some work for yourself, I want to say. But I could see you manifesting something where you could work towards self-employment or start a business or something like that. But having said that, let me just quickly pull a card on that for you. Oh, you're asking me what I see you doing in the future. Okay. Well, I think ultimately maybe having your own business, but this card, Pentacles. I don't know. This could be like managing other people's money or something like that, or even real estate or housing or stuff along those lines. I want to say, yeah, I'm seeing the Wheel of Fortune. But I think if you're able to come up with some creative ideas to make money on your own, I think I favor that. I mean, often I'll get people's birthdays and get more information that way. Let me just do something quickly for you here. And I'll go back to the end of it. I'll try to do a couple more before my batteries run out. It's going to happen very soon. All right, so what do we see? April Mullins. Oh, wait. I don't know if you ever go out to the Colorado or that area, but that just popped up in my mind. And what else? Yeah, so that could be teaching, counseling, healing. I think these are the things that you're good. I think that you have a kind of a spiritual side. And yeah, maybe that you need a job to kind of tide you over for a while, but focus on that and focus on the business. And you might be able to help somebody, with their business, or I don't know if you do anything in business or finance. But teaching and even healing comes up as a strength for you, I want to say. So I think we got all the super chats or the lives on. Let me see if we go back. I got a lot of comments. Oh, you're welcome. And that's what I want. Okay, I don't know which one, but all right. I think you're having your business. Okay, to know if I will see justice in my trial in May. My impression is you will eventually, but more work needs to be done. I think this is connected to a male figure. If I'm getting this right, if not, I apologize. And it kind of has that feeling of like a family issue or an ex or something like that. But it could be around like housing or property or something like that. I think more needs to be done, but I do feel like at the end of the day, justice is done in the situation. I'll pull a card on that too. Okay. All right. So let's see. If somebody named Michael is relevant, maybe that's Archangel Michael, and to pray to that. Yeah, somebody's been very manipulative in this, kind of like gaslighting, stuff like that. But this is also a card of intuition. So try to be a step ahead of this. Yeah, this is kind of what I'm saying. I think eventually justice will be done. This is a victory card, but you have to go through it first in order for it to really happen. So May to August feels like that, but I feel like at least at the very least partial justice is done because it feels like you can kind of let it go. I want to say so. Let's see. All right. You're welcome. That would be April. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Star Kid. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, Millie. Is it the consulting firm or someone else? See, I wanted to get to your question. Finance seems to be more likely. Yeah, I think we're more in a financial reset also. Oh, high current common. Okay. Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be a while. I honestly, I don't think we'll ever get into that full Nasara thing, but I think trending towards a quantum financial system that in maybe 100 years might lead to not needing currency at all. Might be important. Changes. I don't think we've been to you yet. Do you see anything that may show positive or permanent changes in my near future? Be sure I asked the right question. Major. All right. I think I'm seeing a lot of hiccups, but maybe that's normal if you're trying to create new habits. I want to say, I don't know if you're musical, but I get this image of people singing. I want to say some music, chanting, using like solfeggio frequencies or guided meditation. But the music and the sound vibration would be important. It's important to all of us, but especially you, I want to say. And you're asking about anything that may show positive and permanent change in my near future. I want to make sure I ask the right questions. Okay. Let me pull a card or two and I'm looking into that. Then I think because I've been on over now, I think I'm gonna have to. But we'll be back next month, and each time I do that, try to fine tune. So I'll try to get to more questions early because there's a few questions that I missed. Like I said, I'll prioritize the super chats, but I'll try to get to you. Like, you don't have to donate for me to answer your questions. I try to get to as many people, but sometimes I miss. Anyway, this is Apple Afado. It seems like that you're recycling a lot of the same stuff. So sometimes when we do that, it's kind of like we get triggered by the same thing to go into the same cycles. So we have to break free of that if we're going to elevate our health and elevate our place in life. That said, your cards look very good. And that would be this is the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. It's reversed, but still the Ten of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. You've got good ideas. That what I'm getting is that you're very smart and intelligent and really see how things work. But sometimes your emotions may get in the way, so you probably feel things stronger than the average person. So there's a way of working with that. And that's through heart-brain coherence. And when you have emotional reaction to things, learning how to step out of that and observe that happening. You can't stop your emotions. They're too strong. But you can be the observer. This is very much aligned with Joe Dispenza's teachings. So when you're able to do that, then you understand the patterns, and then you start to understand the programming. Then you start to change your responses that way. But that said, I think you're on the right track with these changes. Don't let people bring you down. That would be the message there. I don't know if I was answering your question, but if that was that, I guess I was, since you're saying thank you so much and you feel everything. Yeah. All right. Purchase successful. We'll do one more for APLJ69's house. It feels like there's a lot of steps. I don't know if that's just because it's overseas. Like a lot of paperwork. So if this comes up, I think we're having to make another a different step or a different approach to that. What this is telling me, basically, I don't need to show the cards because I got it. What this is telling me is there are some things that are holding things up, but it has nothing to do with you. It's some other party that's connected to that. So there's something that needs to be addressed, and once that happens, then it's going to sell. And when might that be? That could be later June. I want to say later on than that. That would be the timing. All right, let me clear my mind a second. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of just the steps that need to be taken in order to buy something overseas. And I think there's another party that's making it harder than it needs to be. So just keep at it, keep working, and see if you can identify that. And I think it's going to be okay. Anyhow, so I don't know what day, but sometime in April we are going to do that. So that's correct. Okay, good. Glad to hear that. All right, one more. Just because you're born, hello, Taurus, born a medium. I think I was born a medium too. I just didn't know it till I was at least 40. But anyway, I knew I was psychic. I just didn't know I was a medium. And speaking of music, now I don't know if you're talking about here from your daughter Ada in the living or on the other side. You're mentioning being a medium and all, but well, it's interesting. They're showing me the image of Gabriel blowing the horn, and that's like the judgment card in tarot. Maybe she'll have an awakening and an epiphany, and you'll get to hear from this person, your daughter that is, sooner than later. No contact. Okay, then, well, you wouldn't be asking if there was contact, obviously, but here, no contact. I've seen the Six of Swords in my mind. So that's, sometimes that is crossing the veil, but it could just be that things have to settle, like things have to be more peaceful. Basically, I feel like not your fault, whatever that means to you. I want to say, I like this. That's the Mother card. The Kings of Cups reverse. Like the feeling is that she's close around you. So I think you'll hear from her. Funny, they're talking about February. I don't know if something happened last February because we're already in March, unless they're talking about in 11 months if it takes that long. But yeah, I'm seeing the Death card. So there's a lot of change, transformation, and yeah. I think there's a mother figure in the spirit world that's trying to help. I think that's why they had me pull the Empress card also. Yeah, loving, strong presence, probably mediumistic herself, I want to say. So in any event, yeah, I think that you've got you'll get that. So anyway, she is alive. All right, thanks for clarifying that. That's what I thought, but I wanted to make sure. So I think there's a mother figure. Maybe that's a grandma if your mom's still living also, but I feel like they're trying to help. And you may hear something in the month of May because they just popped May. So I heard that. So that's a little bit more clear. And obviously I'm starting to get a little bit more I'm starting to wear down a little bit because it's starting to get a little harder for me. So Guruji, that's probably your guide or somebody trying to get your attention. I feel like in your case, it's a father figure energy. You're somebody that you might have looked up to in that role, but somebody that's been gone a long time from the physical world, that would make it more likely a grandfather or great uncle, I want to say. And I think so Sandra, just keep working on it. Financial system get ready soon. I think that there's going to be a nice offer in the spring into the early summer, or some good break that you'll be able to work on it, and that's going to help to improve your financial situation. And they're saying also towards the end or summer that an expense eases up, or you pay something off or something, and that helps also. So yeah, I'm just trying to do a few quick hits while I still have an ounce of energy in me. Yeah, it does both. That's the interesting thing. It does both. I feel energized, especially if it's hitting, but it's also draining and tiring, and it stretches me as a medium and a psychic because I've got to be in my literal thinking mind to answer your question and to go into the chat while maintaining the connection to spirit. So yeah. My older sister that passed was close. Oh, you're most welcome. Best of fortune to you. And a collective message. That's a great way of closing up. Thank you so much. And Guruji, I think towards the summer months, June pops up in my mind. And it's hyper smooth. I want to say April for that. So get to work. Don't make me a liar. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you. So let's do a collective message. Good idea. Let's say pull one card up, but I'm going to pull an Archangel card. This is Kyle Grace 22 Archangels Oracle deck. Let's get an Archangel card. A lot of people left already. So for the 11 that stayed, this would be your message. Haniel, we got Haniel before. I am embraced by love. Let love reach where it has never reached before. So what a beautiful little message that is. So very good. So I think the message for us is no matter what's going on out there, the weather's always fair in the heart. The weather doesn't change. It's always sunny, warm, and happy in the heart center. And we can always go there no matter what's going on out there. And this isn't avoidance or sticking your head in the sand or anything. It's going into the source energy field through the heart portal. And by doing that, you're able to that you're able to connect more with spirit or source, and that way you're able to have better affirmative action. Now they do show me an image of Count Dracula, so it's a funny image. It's cartoonish or comical, but I think it's spirit's way of saying that there's a lot of parasitic energy. There's like astral parasites that are very strong right now that are draining our energies. I don't think it's by accident. I think it's by design. But there's also a lot of extraterrestrial or interdimensional energy that's working with us. So we're really in this tipping point of going into a higher light or whatever. So do a lot of heart brain work with the heart more, and do a lot of cleansing and clearing, astral cleansing and clearing. Violet fire meditation really help to clear astral parasitic energies and negative entities and stuff like that. But a lot of people are up against that and then having a hard time moving forward because you are spiritual. You have a message to share with the world. You want to get your message out there. You want to grow and also attract lots of wealth and prosperity so that you can keep expanding and growing. So you work with the heart. That's a message we always say anyway, but it's interesting it came out in this format. You see it very bright, expanding through your whole auric field, and an even greater light matches your heart frequency. You connect with spirit and source, and then just feel like when you're in that power, you can't be programmed, and negative entities, elementals, parasitic energies aren't able to drain you as much, and then you're more in your power. And things are changing, and it's because of the work that you're doing and the dedication to improving your own life and the spirit is happening. I feel the same by Christopher. We're all going to see a lot of changes in our lives. It may be stressful in the world, but there'll be hope by that time, and that those of us that are doing the work are going to see a lot of upgrades in a lot of different areas of our life. And that's our group message. Oh, I didn't mean to leave this comment. I'm sorry about that. And blessings to everybody, and take care. Thank you, Yvonne. Thanks for being here. All right, so we're working on the details, but we're going to do a 4-day power attunements retreat this summer. So very soon there's going to be, well, there already is. I already posted on it, but I don't want to spend time now talking about it because I'm going to lose power and I burnt out saying anything. So we'll be on next Sunday morning at 11. Unless I do a live stream before that, because we have a new moon cycle coming up. So anyway, thanks for being here. Sometime in April, we'll do this again. Love you. Thank you. Bye.